Clay, he was a good kid, funny kid. Sorry. He had manners, and he had respect, and he had a work ethic like no other kid I knew, actually. He was always the smallest, but always worked the hardest.
Clay and I became pretty good friends through CrossFit and through training, to the point of even when he was in college, he would shoot me text messages to tell me how his workouts went, how baseball was going. And so we kept in touch both about CrossFit, about life, more than I would probably do with a lot of the athletes I coach. I would say Clay has probably been one of the hardest working athletes I've ever had. I've worked with hundreds or thousands of athletes, but few of them have been able to push as hard as I ask, do anything I ask, to the level that Clay could.
And I didn't know what CrossFit was or anything about it. I just knew that I could see Clay changing. He was getting stronger and bigger, a little bit cockier, but also in not so obvious ways. He was eating better. He was taking more responsibility for his stuff, his room, which is really weird, but it goes along with growing up, but also I think the influence that Corey's had on him. You know, Clay would come home and say, "Hey, I need protein powder," and I says, "Who?" Says Corey. And I'm like, "Of course." Corey said, "You need protein powder, so let's run out and get protein powder." Clay looked up to Corey more than I think any of us knew. Clay wanted to be like Corey, so they had a special relationship.
I did, because he did ask me a lot about high school baseball and how to get into college, and I think we just connected in the way that neither of us were given much talent, but we were able to outwork everybody. And I've kind of always lived by the saying, a hard worker will eventually succeed, and I kind of view that's the way he was also.
I'm a firm believer that CrossFit, along with baseball, made Clay who he was. I think CrossFit, more specifically Extra Mile and Corey, I think they saved me. It was about lunchtime. I came back from lunch and had missed several phone calls, and checked my voicemail, and they said, it was Coach Ushold from OBAP, and said, "You need to get to the hospital. Clay's been in an accident." And he was hit head on. He survived it, but passed away once he got to the hospital. And at that time, I didn't know how it happened. And later found out that he was hit head on by a guy that was high on meth, or coming down from a high on meth from the night before.
So Clay passed away on Tuesday, February 21st, and just 2 days prior, Sunday morning, Tiana Stockley passed away, and she had worked out here and was with me for a couple of years also. So I was still kind of in the shock phase, I would say, when I found out about Clay's death. And it was so shortly after Clay passed away and Tiana passed away, I realized nothing I'll do will bring him back, or you basically just have to move on from that point. And so I've made it an effort to do whatever I can to support Clay, support his family, and to try to live up to what he would have expected me to do.
Corey came to me and asked me if he could do a WOD in memory of Clay and to help raise money for their scholarships, both Tiana and Clay. I knew that I only had two options. Either crawl in bed and not get up, or become stronger and get through it. And with the help of my family and friends and Corey and Extra Mile, I'm so glad that I chose to get stronger and get through it, because this is an amazing community. I don't think I would be as strong as I am, not physically, mentally, emotionally, without Corey and the Extra Mile family. I just don't want people to forget him. And so, with Clay's WOD and now the still board, I know he won't be. And it just means a lot.
So when we nominate people and select people to be the Extra Mile Spirit Award winners, we follow a guideline that basically is characteristics that Clay demonstrated in life and in his working out. We look for people that are coachable, polite, hard workers, committed to the sport of CrossFit, committed to health, that have grit, that are just good people in the gym. And so when we pick the award, it's always hard to, narrow down the field. We do have so many great people here, but we just try to find the best people that replicate what Clay would have done in the gym and that are the most deserving of the award each month. So when we decided to name the annual award after Clay, it kind of just seemed fitting that those are all the characteristics he demonstrated, and just the fact that he's no longer here, another way to honor him, to carry on his name, just seemed perfect fit to name the award after him. And I hope that the people that win the award, because none of them knew Clay, they've heard stories about him probably, I hope they take the time to appreciate the award for what it is. It's not just another award we're throwing at people. A lot of thought, a lot of work has gone into picking the people that are eligible for the award. I would say the person that wins it should have something unique that separates themselves from the other. Clay was pretty unique. He had his hard work, his personality, his commitment, all of those things, but something that maybe none of us know separated him from the other kids his age.
Meeting Corey and the Extra Mile family is the one positive that came out of it. It bums me out that Clay and I didn't get to do this together like a lot of parents and kids do, because I love to see their kids and parents doing it together and doing things outside of here together with the Extra Mile family. I appreciate everything Extra Mile has done for Clay and me, and just in keeping his memory in a place where nobody really knew him, but yet people wear his bracelets that I have, people have bumper stickers that I have made, and no one even thinks twice about it, because we're a family here.